the whole impetus behind it is to give the fans an ownership stake in the club so they get more deeply involved with the club. And so we've got all kinds of ideas for community involvement. One of the things that Andrew mentioned was things for families. You know, I've got a little girl, maybe she'll be able, when she's just learning to walk now, but when she's a little bit older, she'll be able to walk out with the players. That'll be the sort of thing that the trust members get to do. We're also looking to build some community ties with local businesses and community organizations. The trust, obviously, besides the capital improvements we're going to do, we want to find ways to support soccer in the community, in the Puget Sound community.
And then democracy in sports was something so unique to the Sounders organization, and now the fact that the fans themselves are going to own 20% of S2. Can you just elaborate on what opportunities that present to the community?
Well, you know, if you're a community member, and obviously if you want to buy part of the club that you support, you can do that by joining the trust. If you're a business owner, we're probably going to have some business memberships that are available. So maybe a small business owner who can't afford to sponsor the Sounders can get involved with the trust as a business member, and thereby help build their community and have a broader base of support through the whole community and through the club. Because soccer is the most popular sport, the most growing sport amongst young people, and that's where people want to be, and they know that.
The Founders Club is also something that you guys are creating. Can you elaborate as to what that will ultimately entail?
Well, the Founders Club people will always have first dibs on all the best stuff, is basically what it amounts to. They're the ones who are stepping up and providing the initial capital. They're the ones who are first. You know, when you're first to the party, sometimes you get to choose the best stuff. So the Founders Club members will be able to have exclusive merchandise that we're going to roll out that they'll be able to buy that nobody else will be able to. They obviously, the earlier you get in, the better seats you're going to get, because we're doing reserve seat. The club's doing reserve seating at Starfire. And there's going to be a lot of other opportunities that Founders Club members will always have the first dibs on. So say we're doing a team dinner or a chalk talk, and there's only so many spots, well, they'll be the first ones to get at it, and then we'll open it up to the general membership of the trust later on.
And finally, you touched on it a tad, but the supporters have always been such a huge part of the Sounders organization, and it seems like even more so now with S2 coming in, that the fans have even more of a partnership. Can you just talk about how you guys are looking forward to that relationship growing?
Well, it's terrific having ECS and the other supporter groups excited and taking part in this. And what we hope to see is more and better support for the club when they're playing on the field. And the flip side is also true. With this involvement and the fans getting even more involved with the club will be more involved with the supporters and with the fans. We'll see probably more players coming out to community events, which they already do a ton of, but you know, now we have a whole nother team worth of guys that can come out and take part in coaching clinics and special events and nonprofit fundraisers and stuff like that. So it should be a really good time.
Okay, thanks so much.